Welcome to Stage Mom Podcast, a podcast for breakthrough bands and artists. Today we have Hadee. Hadee is an alt-pop rock artist from South Florida. Taking influences from artists like Billy Idol and David Bowie, Hadee has a style that is undeniably his own. He just recently released his debut single, 4 a.m., and I have to say it quickly grew to be one of my constantly played songs. It has that catchy tune that you can't help but think it's already on the top 10 hit list. Hadee is a super focused artist that knows exactly what he wants for his future, sound, and look. Don't miss him. You can find him on any social media platforms at Hadee Dosani, that's Hadeedosani, except YouTube. That one is just Hadee with a period at the end. Hadee, period.
Come on, come out, babe. The light's almost out. It's 4 in the morning. Can we sleep it off right now? Come on, come out.
So we have Hadee?
Hadee.
Hadee.
Yes.
Hadee. What nationality is that?
My mom is Ecuadorian and my dad's Pakistani.
Okay, so that's your real name.
Yes.
Okay, nice, nice.
And for the stage name, I just have a period at the end of it, all caps.
Okay, all right, but it is Hadee legally. That's
Yep.
okay. Okay, so anyhow, just go ahead, introduce yourself, let everybody know where you're from, what kind of music. If you want to reveal your age, you can.
Yeah, well, my name is Hadee. I'm from South Florida. I'm a musician. I do alternative pop rock and mix different elements, everything from 60s to 80s kind of vibe too. Top 3 favorite artists would be David Bowie, Jim Morrison, and Billy Idol. So those are big influences of mine. I have one single out currently, and I have multiple and a whole album coming in the coming year as well. Next single is going to be out in about a month.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So Jim Morrison was one of my gods growing up. Every report I ever had to do was on Jim Morrison.
That's awesome. I love it.
And so it's like I had this really cool, I don't know if they make them anymore, but do they do the blacklight posters still? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I had a super cool Jim Morrison blacklight poster in my bedroom. And my husband, we were best friends in high school. He stole it off my wall. So, but I always had a crush on him, so it really didn't matter.
Yeah.
So
you still have it, then.
I was like, oh my God, he's at my house. Take whatever you want. No.
He's awesome.
So, yeah. So, okay. So anyhow, so are you originally from Florida?
Yeah.
And, okay.
Yeah, so I grew up in Broward, and then I moved to Boca.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm always in Miami for the music scene, and or just I have a lot of other musician friends in Miami as well. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you grew up in Broward. Did you do high school in Broward as well? Or?
Elementary.
Elementary. What elementary school
I went
did
to
you
Coconut Creek Elementary.
Oh, okay. So you're in
Yeah.
Coconut Creek. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I grew up. I'm a native too. I'm 46, but
Okay.
I'm a native as well. So
Nice.
there's not many of us.
No, there really isn't.
There really isn't.
There really isn't. Yeah, a lot of people from Miami. Never grew up in Miami, but I started going more when I was around 16, 17, really trying to get into the whole music scene. And essentially all my musician friends are from there. I just had a show at Propaganda 2 nights ago.
I saw that, yes.
Yeah, I'm going to be posting more videos and pictures. It was so sick. It was such a
Yeah.
good time.
No, I was excited to see that though. I really was because I have only seen you with your 4 a.m.
Yeah, yeah.
And that is a catchy tune, let me tell you.
Thank
I love
you.
that song. I played it for my husband. I was like, oh my God, listen to this song. This is a great song. And he was like, that's... A local guy didn't play that. That's been a hit for a long time. I'm like, no, it hasn't. It just sounds like it's gonna be a hit.
I'll take
so,
that
yeah.
too. Yeah, no, I took some influence, almost like Modern Love by Bowie,
Yeah.
mixed with Suffragette City, and then that whole 70s rock part, and then mixed that with a Dancing with Myself.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
kind of went for that kind of vibe, but then modernized it with the whole synths and harmonies and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're like an old soul. That
Completely.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
no, that's my time, my music.
Oh,
yeah. Okay, so 4 a.m. Tell me about the writing process for that song.
Yeah, so I wrote that a few years ago, actually, and I was always in bands, and this is my first time being a solo artist, so
Okay.
this is kind of a new process for me, but I love it because, it all falls on you, which is good and bad, but in my case, I'm kind of workaholic, so I will not sleep, I won't do anything until I'm done with whatever I'm doing,
Right.
which is good and bad too, but I already produce and write myself,
Nice.
so I took, the songs that I already had, that I was hypothetically going to release with previous projects or project, and I released it as my first single for my solo project. And so I already have a whole album, like about 11, 12 song album that I'm planning to release as concept album. And then until that point, though, I'm releasing singles for this coming year.
Yeah, I think that's smart.
Yeah,
That's
it's
very
definitely
smart.
a singles market at the moment, unfortunately. It's unfortunately in the sense of like, as an independent, unknown artist, you know, it's kind of difficult to really release a whole body of work and really be efficient with the marketing without like hundreds of thousands of dollars and label backing and all that. So it does the job for right now.
No, you do great with your marketing.
Thank you.
Did you? All right. So you do producing. Did you do your entire 4 a.m. or did you go into a studio to do that? How did you record
So
that?
I work really close with a close friend of mine actually that I met at his name is Alfredo, or he goes by Alar on the Mix. Definitely check him out. He's in Margate. He has his home studio in Margate. Amazing studio.
Yeah.
And he was my best friend actually in Coconut Creek Elementary.
Okay.
When I moved to Boca for middle school and high school and essentially college as well, we lost contact. And so he stayed in Broward. I went to Boca, and granted, it's not that far, but we just end up, it just happens, right?
Yeah.
And then I was in a previous band that ended in July of 2021.
Oh.
And literally, like, it's funny how like life works. One thing ends, another door opens.
Yep,
we got back in contact. He built his entire home studio, insane setup. Definitely check it out. And we just ended up started working together, and he listened to my demos that I had that I recorded and mixed myself, and he's like, let's do it,
Nice.
So
it sounds great.
Yeah,
That's why I had asked, because it does sound like
sonically, technical
like really,
aspect. Yeah, I'm not a very technical player, and more so not a technical. I'm not a mixing engineer. I'm much more of a producer, arranger, songwriter than I am the technical aspect. I don't know anything when it comes to that.
Me neither. I explained the whole camera situation. It's like hard for me to even take a picture.
No, but yeah, and so I guess under whatever team crew that I have at the moment, it's really the main stuff is done by him and I.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. It is funny how things work out, though.
It really
it's
is.
So
it really is.
Everything happens at the right time, the right place. Everything, like, you can't force something that's going to happen genuinely. Like, if it's forced, it's not going to work.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way for a lot of things, and I think it's really great to at least let fate or whatever you want to believe in, just take its course and work it for you. It's kind of nice.
So you play guitar, and you mentioned the drums. Do you?
So I don't play drums.
Okay.
I'm learning. I'm always trying to learn different instruments,
That's
but
good.
I program drums.
Oh.
And then I'll have 4 a.m. Those aren't real drums.
Gotcha.
I program
Okay.
them,
Okay.
But I'm actually going to be re-releasing an album version of 4 a.m. because there is a different version for it.
Oh.
And it's
When is
gonna
that
be
coming out?
When I release the album.
Nice. Okay.
So this is like the first single. I'm happy for how it came out as my first single.
Amazing.
Thank you. And but there are definitely mixing things that I'm going to change. I'm going to probably redo some of the vocals to make it a little more rougher, because when I play it live, I play it far heavier because I also have a drummer. I'm also going to have an actual drummer, a good friend of mine, Jordan. He's going to come in. He's going to do the entire album drums. So the second song is actually going to be is already with real drums, and it's going to sound far, far different. So a lot more of a post-punk alternative kind of song.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like, imagine like a modernized indie pop mixed with like Joy Division and then mixed with like Turnstile.
Right.
Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
So when you played your show the other night, you had that
full
band.
band. Yes.
Is that going to be your regular band going forward, or is it just going to be?
So for that specific show, I had 3 good friends of mine. One, Manny A. I was in a previous band with him, and now he lives over in Nashville. Okay. So he's here for the summer. So he covered bass.
Okay.
He has his own band, The Fangs. Definitely go check them out as well. The drummer, Jordan, he's the one who's going to be doing all the drums, tracking for my music from the foreseeable future. He's, as far as live shows as well, he's probably going to be the main drummer.
Okay.
And then I have a good friend of mine, Jack Fowler, another really talented old soul too. He loves the Doors and all. He literally reminds me of like Robbie Krieger.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like the way he plays and everything. It's so cool. And he's gonna be the main guitarist.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be switching in and out for probably basses until I find a consistent person.
Right.
But the guys definitely helped me out for that show. It was not possible without those three guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. Okay, so you mentioned you were in another project. What was the name of that?
The previous project?
Yeah.
I was in a previous band called It's Confidential.
I don't
No, yeah, we released 2 singles that actually are going to be re-released, and they're my project.
Okay.
And that's going to be released on the album. It's going to be Marilyn and Moon. Those are the 2 songs that were released that I'm going to re-release.
Okay.
And yeah, they were quite varying tracks. One's like a upbeat California vibe, indie pop vibe. The other one's like a dark pop, dark synth wave kind of vibe. Yeah.
All right. Did you mention how old you were? Did you share that with us?
Oh yeah, so I'm 90s kid, 97. So
Okay.
25, yeah. I have to do the math on that. Yeah.
Okay. And how old were you when you got into the music industry here?
I mean, I've been playing guitar. Well, that's no, it's 2 different questions, I guess. But I got into the music scene probably when I was like 16,
Okay.
16, 17, and I've been playing guitar since I was 6.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
You professional lessons, I take it.
No,
You started teaching yourself when you were 6?
Yeah, I didn't. The only lessons I ever really got, for better or worse, were by my grandfather, who actually gave me my first guitar.
Oh, I hear that so often. I
Yeah.
love those stories.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. So he gave a guitar to like all his grandkids essentially, and my cousins, and so far as I know, I was the only one who kind of like took the torch on that kind of thing.
Right,
So
right.
I mean, a part of me definitely does this whole thing for him to
Right.
really just say thanks
Right,
to him for that,
yeah.
because I don't know what I would be doing if it wasn't for
Yeah.
music. I know it's so cliche, but
It's true.
it's cliche for a reason.
It's true.
So so I've been playing since I was like 6, and then really took it seriously around like 8, and then I just YouTube,
Right.
as along with multiple other musicians. You
Yeah.
know, like we all learn everything from YouTube and
It's
watching
true.
videos.
And apparently TikTok's huge too.
Yeah, now,
I'm just
yeah.
too old to even understand any of it. So
I'm still trying to work on that.
Okay, good. It doesn't make me feel so bad then.
No, like I, it's almost like anytime I go to like the Snapchat stories,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like the ones all the way on the right, I feel like I lose a couple brain cells. Like I can't, like it's all like clickbait, and I'm just like, I can't be on here for more than like 2 minutes. and
Right.
I'm off.
No, sometimes I find myself stuck in the I don't know, the tunnel of like, if you're on Instagram and you click on one and then you scroll
Yeah.
to the next. I sat there for like an hour one time just watching that crap. I was like, oh, I really need to get a life. This is insane.
No, I can't.
Yeah. So anyhow, what do you feel so far to date from the time that you started is your biggest accomplishment?
I think going solo.
Yeah.
And I don't say that with any disrespect to the previous musicians and friends that I've made along the way through my musical career. I mean in the sense of I really it's just something about it's more difficult in a lot of ways, like I said previously, but at the same time you get exactly the vision that you wanted to portray from the beginning.
Right.
And I learned so much about music and just chemistry and just working with other artists, very, very talented people. But you learn even more so when it's all on you. And you learn what you can handle, what you can't handle. You learn what you're actually good at, what you're not good at. And then you actually learn to, creatively and in a healthy way, build a team that actually supports you and everyone can contribute to the same vision, you know? So that's definitely one
Right.
thing, yeah.
Okay, so do you have any dream collaborations for people that are actually alive today?
For people alive today, oh god. Okay, so my main favorite bands that are still kicking are Arctic Monkeys. Alex Turner is just
Amazing.
insane. Honestly, Paul McCartney's still kicking, so
Yeah.
that would be sick to do a collab with him. You know, I mean, who wouldn't want to do that?
Yeah, right.
Young the Giant, love them.
Yep.
Dreamers, Coin, 1975.
Yeah,
That would be
they're
sick.
awesome. Yeah.
All those guys. That would be
Okay.
insane.
So, as far as the local scene goes, is there anything that you feel if we changed would be better, that it would benefit the local scene?
As far as the musicians themselves, or like stuff that is outside of the artist's hands?
Yeah, outside of the artist's hands.
From my just really quick evaluation of that, I would say the places to play,
Yeah.
and I know it's easier said than done, but maybe the sound system of certain places, I'm totally honored to even be able to play at any place, regardless of where it is. But definitely, having that elevated a little bit would be, bring the show experience for the audience specifically. And then, when a place is known for having great sound, you're going to get even more people to want to come to that show.
Right.
Aside from the fact that people coming for the artists themselves, but it benefits the business as well. It's an expense like anything at the end of the day, but it's all an investment for art. And if that's what you're interested in, that's what you got to do, I would say finding more places to pop up, more promoters, more little mini festivals.
I had so much fun at my mini fest.
I know.
Oh my god.
I wanted to go to that so
that
bad.
exceeded every expectation I had of it. I was like, holy cow, this is... Oh my god, I was so happy with how that turned out. Everybody had so much fun. And the greatest thing was so many of the bands made so many different connections with each other. So that made me so happy. I was like, oh my god.
Oh my god. No, the next time you have that, if I'm not playing on it, I would at least want to just go and enjoy. That'd be so sick.
Yeah. I'm going to try to find an inside venue this time, though, because it was so damn hot. Oh my god, I couldn't even, it was just all... I gave up on my looks. I was like, don't get a picture of me, please. I'm just... Yeah. Okay, so anyhow, for your future goals going forward, and your sound, are you going to try to go outside the sound that you like? I know you like Jim Morrison, Billy Idol. Are you going to try to maybe tune in on a different sound, try something different? Is there anything that you would love to try out?
So, granted, I understand I only have one song out, which is not a great representation of my entire catalog, of course, because you can't just generalize one song. But I'm not opposed in no way to experimenting with sound. I mean, one of the biggest albums of history, and just for any musician who listens to classic rock at all, would be a mix of Pet Sounds or Sgt. Pepper or anything like that. And if you listen to those albums, they experimented with so many different elements, so many different instrumentations. And mixing techniques as well. That's where you can get really interesting stuff to the recording, how you record things. Recording three different tracks for one bass guitar. Different methods at the same time. Point is, a lot of my stuff will range. For example, first song 4am is it sounds like a very upbeat, 80s retro inspired kind of pop tune kind of thing. Pop rock tune. Whereas the second song is nowhere near, let's call it, as mainstream or commercial, but that's what I love to do. I love releasing one song that's over here, and then the next song over here, to just give the audience a hint of the dynamic that I have, not only as a songwriter but as an artist in my own specific project as well. So as far as genres that I haven't really mixed with, I guess hyperpop I haven't really gotten into. I am thinking of... I have a couple song ideas where I want to actually probably have a couple rap friends come in for a verse or something.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, because I have a couple songs that are more of a hip hop inspired, because I love 90s hip hop as well.
Oh yeah,
so
that's hip hop.
Yeah, it really is. No offense to modern artists, it's just
no. It's a known fact.
Yeah. I don't have to go into that. But, so I have some songs that have those kind of elements mixed with EDM electronic elements. So then I'm saying, why can't I not just probably bring in for a version or a remix kind of version of a song? I'd have a couple really talented rapper friends that I have. So I might mix with that. But yeah, I think hyperpop is the main thing that I haven't really gotten into. Country, I'm not into modern country.
I don't see you singing country. Yeah. I don't see that happening.
I love old country. I love Johnny Cash. I love Merle Haggard. All that, fantastic. Modern country, it takes a very specific mood, along with probably a whole case of beer to really get into the mood of country, and that's not really my vibe. But I respect it though. Yeah.
So, I forgot to totally ask you, 4am, what is it about?
Oh, yeah, okay. So 4am essentially is, it's about letting go of all inhibitions that anyone would have. In this specific case, it is in the context of a relationship or of a blossoming potential relationship.
Okay.
So it's before anyone is actually together, before the couple or partners are together. It's essentially saying, you know, like the chorus essentially says it. I don't want to like just say the words, but it's like, come on, come out. Like, you know, the light's almost out. Like the time's coming for us to just say, I don't know if I can curse, but like F it, you know, like, let's go into it, you know. Okay. But essentially just letting go of all inhibitions and just going for, you know, I find a lot of us overthink things in life, and it's very easier said than done to not do that.
Yeah.
But sometimes at a certain point in life, at a certain time, a certain context, you just have to say, fuck it.
Yeah, it's true.
And if things go south, that's life.
Yeah. I literally just had this conversation with my daughter about an hour ago.
Yeah?
Isn't that funny?
That's so funny.
I'm going to have a
goes
conversation
around.
again.
It goes around. It really does, you know?
It's true. Yeah. Okay, so I have questions about the local scene. You've been playing lately. You played the other night. How many local venues have you played? I know you had the other project. Don't know how much you played local venues. Do you have a favorite local venue to play? Do you have a dream venue?
So, okay. The previous project, we didn't really play live. I think we played live a couple times. Previous to that, I did have a project where I played live. I played, what's that? The Falls.
Okay.
The stage there. I played at the Falls. I played at Tea and Poets a good number of times. Love that place.
Oh, you do? See, it's so funny. Either people love it or they hate it.
Well, what do they hate it for?
The stage.
Okay, yes. But as far as the vibe and the people who work there, everyone who's hosting the event, I love them. Joaquin is like, you know, a gift to this local scene, you know, and especially in the sense of, you know, just allowing artists to just come and have open mic nights. Like that's amazing. Yeah. If I lived in Miami, I'd be there every single Wednesday, you know, like unfortunately I can't, but that's a great place. Definitely, at least for like a starting show, you know, to really just get things going. You can't go wrong with it. It's great. Falls was really fun. That was at the mall. I played like his Propaganda. I did. I really wanted to play Las Rosas.
I know.
And rest in peace. But like, I really wanted to play Las Rosas.
That was everyone's favorite. I love that place.
Wow. I regret not being able to do that. Yeah. Gramps, I want to do because it just I feel like it's a rite of passage as well. Yeah. As far as dream venues, I am dying to play Revolution. I'm dying to play Culture Room. Yeah. Yeah, those two are the main, as far as like the local scene goes, you know, like that are still like above, like, you know, to get out of the local scene. Also at the same time, you know, like, definitely those two venues are sick.
Yeah, they are. I've been trying, like, for my next festival, I was thinking that Culture Room would be, like, incredible, but I'm going to have to drive my ass down there because nobody answers the phone. The voicemail is full. There's nowhere you can, like, communicate with them via email, website, nothing. Annoying. So I'm going to have to drive my ass down there.
Gotta find. I know I have a couple of friends, promoters who've worked with Revolution or I don't know if a Culture, but I know Revolution. So
I've been in contact with Revolution.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. We'll talk about that. I'll tell you what I've found out. Okay, so do you have any favorite local bands?
Favorite local bands? I honestly, I mean, first off, I have to say the bands that I've played with. I played with Black Boulevard is really good.
Yeah, Jordan, Black Boulevard, yes.
Jordan, he's the drummer of Black Boulevard. Yep. So they're really talented. Super Gold.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Super Gold. And they moved to New York now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right. I forgot the lead singer's name.
Alex.
Yeah, I have him on Instagram. I saw that. I saw like a video, a reel of him.
Yeah.
Doing that. What is? Oh God, now I'm having a blank. Starts with a W. Oh, I can't remember at the moment. But those two are the ones that I've listened to in the last like week or so, especially like with the whole show coming up. Manny was telling me. Manny was previous band member. He of the Fangs, also now in Nashville. They're really good. A lot of my friends have moved. A lot of local scene friends have moved either to Nashville, interestingly, or to California. Yeah. And so I just went to California. I'm actually going to go again in July 25th for a week.
Nice.
To do like some networking, promoting kind of stuff over there.
Yeah, no, if you can do it, that's, definitely. I always dreamt of going to California, and then we finally went out there when I got married and it was so crowded. I was like, oh my God, we got to try another. We went to Hollywood, LA. Yeah, we went to LA, and we visited Beverly Hills and did the Mulholland Drive, the whole touristy
The whole
thing.
touristy, yeah.
But to get there, it took forever because of the damn traffic. I was like, I don't know how people live here.
Absolutely. I mean, but then in West Hollywood, like that area there, it's just something about it. I just love it. I mean, maybe it's just the creative
totally
energy.
Different.
Like,
yeah.
Like it's, you can go there, and as opposed to, let's say, going out here, like I'll go out because I live up north. So like if I go out, I'll go to like Fort Lauderdale, or I'll go out to like Delray, Ave, or something like that. You know, I'll ask, like, I'll meet people and they'll be like, hey, what do you do? I say, I'll do music, you know, and I ask them, they're like, oh, nothing, like creatively, no offense to them, I'm just like nothing creatively that I can really connect to. Go over there, you throw a rock, you're going to hit a script writer. Or you're gonna find somebody, and I find that so interesting because I love acting and I love modeling and stuff like that as well. So I do that aside from music. So I've made the first trip I went over there. I made so many friends when it comes to like film or aspiring film or script writers, stuff like that. So I'm going to be going back, meeting up with them, and it's going to be really fun. Oh, so awesome. It's a great creative environment aside from the negatives of like anywhere else.
Right. Yeah, no, when we were there, we walked out of our hotel and they were filming a movie right there. So like you said, sick. You just throw a rock, you find something. Yeah, like
literally, it's so cool though.
Yep. Okay, so we're going to go on to my You Can Tell Mom Anything segment.
Oh, that's what it is. Awesome.
You're like, oh, shit. No, it's just so people can get to know you.
Gotcha.
Okay, so what's the craziest thing you've seen someone doing while driving?
Crazy thing. Well, in Miami, you see a lot of interesting shit. I'll be really honest. I mean, there's a reason why, like, you have only in Dade Instagram account. You know? Like, I've seen. Okay, so I was driving to practice one day. It was probably like a year and a half ago. I just remembered so vividly because it was right off Westchester, Bird Road, right on Bird Road, and I was going. It was early in the morning. I was going to pick up. I was going to practice, but I was going to pick up Duncan on the way. This is not sponsored.
So much better than Starbucks.
Oh, far better, yeah. And so I see this woman in her car, dog's in the back seat, baby's right next to her. The dog's laying on the baby. The woman is like trying to spoon feed like this like Gerber, whatever the hell, baby food to the poor little kid that's like being crushed by the dog.
By the dog. Oh,
the window's down, it's blaring like salsa music.
Oh my God.
And I'm just like, this is just way too much to be going on at like 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I'm just happy the kid is first of all in the back seat, because whatever's going on doesn't seem like that would be the case. That would be the concern. But yeah, the dog's just crawling, you know, like from front to back.
And was it a big dog?
It was like a German Shepherd.
Oh my God.
Like this big dog, dude. And the poor baby's just like, he just looks like lost.
Oh my God.
The mom looks stressed. I'm just like, wow, I thought I was having a bad morning.
Right?
That was one of the things. Honestly, you just see a bunch of interesting stuff. It's like, just at any stoplight, just look left, look right. You're going to see something.
You're going to see something. Did you hear the news report about 2 weeks ago about the accident on in Fort Lauderdale? This lady was giving oral sex.
Yeah, and they passed, right?
They ran. Did they die?
Yeah, I think.
I know he was injured. They ran into like, what was it, a FedEx truck or UPS, some kind of truck.
Yeah, boy went out the best way he could, I guess.
I didn't know they died.
Yeah, they both perished in that.
Oh my God!
If we're thinking the same thing,
it was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Because I saw a post about that, and the comments were, as you can imagine, fucking hilarious.
Oh my God!
They're like, what a king, you know?
I didn't know that they passed. Oh my God! I feel so bad.
I mean, good for them, I guess.
Yeah,
you know, what a way to go out,
right? Okay. Do you have a significant other?
At the moment, I'm always kind of just.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. If you had to choose a new name, what would it be and why?
You know, for the longest time, I was kind of hesitant on having my name as like a thing, because on one end, it's like, it's not a very common one.
No, that's what makes it so great.
So I guess that's what makes it good. On the other hand, it's like no one knows how to pronounce it. I think it's kind of interesting though, because I mean, you look at even like David Bowie, like technically over there they call it Bowie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's David Bowie, but like everyone just in general just says Bowie. Right. So I'm like, I don't give a fuck, like whatever, I guess. And better yet, it's like any publicity is good publicity,
Yeah.
you know? So if multiple people are saying, you know, different things, I'm like, Elliot, at least they're talking about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's weird, so it stands out in its own way.
Totally.
Honestly, I can't really think. As far as me being a solo artist, I think my name,
it's perfect.
as close as I can get it to.
Yeah.
And I have to actually thank a good friend of mine, Blaze. They're another local. He's a manager of another local artist in Broward area, the Associates. They're really talented, also.
Okay.
He's the one who actually came up with the idea of putting the period at the end of my name and having it all caps. Because I had it actually all caps. He was like, I was like, "What is it missing, bro?" And we were just hanging out. He's like, "Dude, just a period."
The end.
Like the period. I was like, "Why?" He's like, "Because that's what it is." I'm like,
Okay.
fair enough, I guess. Like, okay, cool. So I just stuck, and I kind of dig it. So
Yeah, no, that's cool. Do you have a manager right now, or
no, I'm independent. Close I have to a manager would be working with my friend Alfredo.
Okay,
Yeah.
All right. So what? I think I already asked this. I'm going to skip that question. What's your go-to karaoke song?
Break on through to the other side of Rebel Yell.
Oh, good one. Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have any videos that you're going to post for us to see of that now?
I performed Rebel Yell as one
Did
cover.
you?
Yeah, I did one cover. The rest were singles or originals.
Okay, if
It
you
was a
come across
7-song
videos,
set.
anybody videoed it, you got to post
Yeah,
it.
no, I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alfredo
Okay,
took a whole video, and I have a couple other friends, and I got a bunch of pictures that I'm gonna be posting this week.
Right,
regarding
okay.
the
I
show.
love that
It's
music. That's like so exciting to see something like that.
It was
because-
really cool because like none of the other bands did covers, and I was kind of discouraged from doing a cover, but I was like, if I'm gonna do a cover, I'm not gonna do like a top 40s modern day hit kind of cover.
Right.
You know, it's no relevance to what I do in my style.
Right, exactly.
So if I am gonna do a cover, it would be like Suffragette City or like Rebel,
Right.
or in this case Rebel Yell. So I did that for like a more louder, thrashier, you know, modern version of that.
Right.
With the band, and I think it sounded cool. I mean, a lot of people, let's call it like the older audience in the crowd, like they're like, wow, like I did not expect you to do that shit. And I love that though. I love like talking to people who've lived during that time because they have a perspective that I don't.
Right.
You know, I can only get it
Yeah.
from like movies and music.
It's true.
and-
It's true. Thank God for those, though, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Who were the other bands that you played with the other night?
Stumble Steady. They played first. I played second, and then Glass Cities. I don't know why I didn't mention that. Local bands. I was thinking Miami only.
Oh, I got
Because
you.
a lot of the bands that I like, as far as like have played with, have been in Miami. But like, I don't know if they're still together.
Right. Yeah.
Because that was like
Never
2 years ago.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know if they're still together. Like Glass Orange. Like.
Oh yeah, Glass Orange is still together. She was
Oh,
on here.
perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So then they're really good. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I wasn't sure about that. Unfortunately, I haven't kept up to date with them. But you've
been busy.
They're awesome people too.
Yeah.
But yeah, Stumble Steady, great band. They're up north. They're like also I think from Boca, and then Glass Cities. They are from Broward. Super talented guys. We're going to be playing a couple more shows coming up as well.
All right. I'll
Yeah.
have to look them up.
Yes.
Okay. So who is your celebrity crush?
Celebrity crush. Does have to be them in the modern day?
It could be whatever. You can
Oh, that's still
specify.
that's still pretty. Jessica Alba is always
Yeah, she is. She's
like
a good one. Yeah.
from like Sin City, that movie. Like that was something. Penelope Cruz was cool. As far
I
as
haven't seen her
artists,
lately. Yeah.
I know.
She
I haven't
was
seen
always,
her.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like as far as musicians, I don't really know. I'm. It's kind of weird. Like I don't know if I would date another person who's like in this like trying to make it.
Okay. Would you date a fan?
No, I don't know. Actually, it depends. It really depends.
Yeah.
Because it really actually depends. Because how do I put that? I'll date anybody who I can get along with on a mental and emotional level. I'm very much more of that person. I have to get along with them first to be able to even do anything with them. So if I fuck with them, I fuck with them, you know?
Yep.
It's just one of those things, regardless of what their background is. Being artsy and knowing, you know, similar movies and whatever my own type of culture is too, you know, like I can't date, you know, someone who does not know like any Quentin Tarantino movie, or who's like never seen like anything by Scorsese. Like,
Oh my
if you've
God.
not seen Goodfellas, like we gotta fix that. Like it's gonna be fixed.
That's where you come in.
That's
No,
where I come
you
in.
teach
Yeah,
them.
I know, but I don't want to change someone too, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, for example, like if you don't like red wine, that's tough, bro. Like,
Really? See,
like,
I'm not a red wine person. I'm not.
See, I'm very like all my taste is like very like earthy, like
Right.
bitter. Like I like dry red wine, black coffee.
Oh, black
Like
coffee?
yeah. Like I'll treat myself. I go to like Dunkin', I'll have like some almond milk in it. But like if I'm at home, black coffee. When I songwrite, it's literally a glass of red wine, black coffee, and like mint tea with honey. That's what I have at the same time. Like it's weird when I songwrite, and then I do it like essentially like in the fucking dark, like at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
I just see. I'm not into like the flavored creamers, but I'll take
Yeah.
milk. But I just can't do black coffee.
Yeah.
Like I made coffee this morning. I had an open house earlier today.
Oh, nice.
And I made coffee this morning, and I had no freaking milk. So I shut the freaking coffee maker off and went to Dunkin'.
You're like, this is my morning's ruined.
It was awful. I was like, oh my god, how are we gonna like do this today?
Yeah.
But when you said that, like, you need to be able to connect with them emotionally, like, do you ever find it hard that while you're getting to know the person, you kind of put them into a friend zone or anything like that, or?
I mean, I'm sure I've been friend zoned throughout my life. I mean, that's just what everything.
That was the story of my life. I made friends out of everybody I ever met. It's like, oh yeah, no, you didn't want to date me? I'm like, why?
I think everyone has had that kind of experience. Personally, if I'll know if I like someone within like the first like.
I feel that
minute,
same way,
you know?
right?
Yeah, like that. I don't think it really takes. Then again, like. I see past bullshit, and I don't appreciate bullshit at the
Right.
beginning. So it's like I'm a very face value person.
Yeah.
A lot of people will put up a front and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna be, you know, this. I'm gonna pretend to be fucking cool or whatever, you know, for this given period of time because of what I don't really give a shit.
Right.
Like if someone doesn't fuck with me, they don't fuck with me.
Right.
I'm like a loose sleep over it.
Right.
So, people like that. Some people don't.
Right.
I rather just be.
Well, it's a
face
genuine
value.
person.
Yeah, I
You're not
will.
gonna-
I mean, I rather just be attempt to be genuine and all
Right.
that kind of stuff. So that goes hand in hand with when I meet someone, I'll be able to tell, you know, just pretty quickly off just how they talk, what they talk about, how they carry themselves, their confidence. It's all the body language. It's all the
Right.
things that they're not saying,
Right.
you know, verbally. And I love that, though. I mean, it's partially psychology. Part of it is, like, I also do marketing, you know, so I love, and that goes hand in hand with psychology. So I just love networking and meeting people
Right.
and reading people, you know. I don't do it all the time, but, like, it's just easy, you know. Some people it's easier than others, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say like it really depends on the person. It really depends on if I can get that connection quickly, then I will continue. If
Right.
there's no connection, then you know, cool, we're friends, you know,
Yeah.
whatever.
Do you tend to find yourself more attracted to blondes or brunettes?
Oof. So I actually have a thing for redheads.
Really?
Yeah.
My
Redheads.
daughter did growing up too. It's so
Yeah?
funny. She's like, I love those gingers.
Yeah, redheads and brunettes would be my main.
Yeah.
I think I've dated like 2 or 3 blondes.
I never
Like,
dated a blonde.
really?
I could never date a blonde. I mean, well, I'm married, so I can't date anybody. But like, I just was never like. There's blondes that I would think were cute. Like, oh, he's really good looking, but
Yeah.
I just never felt that type of like
same kind of
attraction.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Redheads, they just have a thing about them, you know.
Interesting.
And then brunettes, love. If I like, I love everyone, but like you know, like usually Europeans, those are always nice.
So the prettiest redhead that I can remember off the top of my head, I don't know if you've ever watched the show True Blood.
I haven't, but I know who you're talking about.
She's so beautiful. So beautiful. But, yeah. Okay, let's move on now that we've talked about that. Okay. So if you could eat one food for the rest of your entire life, what would it be?
Ooh, I mean, cliche answer: my mom's food.
Oh, no, that's not, because one of my questions that I just took
really?
off for yours was, what's the favorite meal that your mom makes?
Oh, she makes this. My mom's the Ecuadorian side. I love Middle Eastern food as well, though. Like 100% spicy food. I will eat spicy food. Everything I eat is like pretty much layered with like either red pepper flakes or like Tabasco. Like it's one or the other.
That's my husband.
Huh?
My husband, he puts it on pizza, too. Like,
Oh, yeah,
they put
pizza,
the sriracha
absolutely.
all over pizza. And I'm
See, sriracha's like a sweet thing, though. It's like I don't like sweet things.
Right.
So I have to, it has to be like bold or spicy. It's
Right.
one of those things. I don't know what it is, but My mom's food, she makes this really good like curry stew with rice, and then usually with like either black beans or just, or something, you know, and or salad. I love salad.
Right.
She's amazing at that. I mean, I don't live at the house anymore, obviously, but like when
Well,
I'm
no,
over
not
there-
obviously. A lot of people do. So,
Well, no, I know. But I'm saying, like in my case, I love it because it's not only your mom's, you know, cooking. It's just something that's always going to be nostalgic to you.
Right.
But it just helps when, you know, your mom is just a great cook. You know, you go to like it's kind of like, you know, you go to like Miami, like every one of my friends' grandmothers are just for some reason like amazing cooks.
Yeah,
Like it's just, every Cuban grandmother is just, they just know what they're doing in the kitchen.
It's incredible.
crazy.
Like my mother, she'll make a meal and it tastes like God made it. And then I'm following the same exact recipe that she told me to follow,
Yeah, yeah.
and it
I've done
tastes
the same.
nothing like it.
I've done the same thing. I'm like, Mom, this ain't coming around. Like, you kind of fucked me on this recipe, bro. You left something out.
That's what I say. I'm like, what did you miss? No,
It's like the love. I'm like, yeah, maybe I'm stressed out right now, so.
yeah, stressed out. It's not tasting right.
No.
Okay. So what was your first job?
Oh, what was my first job? My first job that was actually Jamba Juice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never had any of that.
Really?
Is it
Jamba?
good? Yeah, Jamba Juice.
Yeah, it's like smoothie. It's like you know, like raw juice?
Yeah, maybe that's why I've never had raw juice. My daughter's like addicted. She's
Raw,
like, "Oh,
raw juice is like overpriced as fuck.
Is that
like
what it is?
it's just
Yeah.
way too much, especially coming from Boca. $10 for a juice and like 15 and up for like a smoothie. I'm not paying that shit.
No,
for free. So like, but it's like a Smoothie King essentially.
Okay.
I would say like I'm probably never gonna get sponsored now that I say this by Smoothie King, but it's like Smoothie King's over here, Jamba's over here, and then raw juice in terms of just up marketability is up there.
Right.
Same as Jamba though, all fruit. But like it was really funny because you know, like they're at that era where there was like Alex from Target,
Yeah.
all this kind of shit. Like I had one day I had a friend of mine when I was just making a bowl for like a client, or not client, customer, or guest, whatever you want to call them, and my friend snapped a picture of me like making a smoothie or acai bowl, I think it was, and then sent it to me like a while later. I was like, oh, this is funny. So I just posted on my Instagram. 6 months later, all these like boy accounts, like all the like Jawline, whatever the fuck, you know, Instagram accounts, they just picked it up. And so for a short period of time, for like 6 months, I had like that's like how I got half my following.
Are you kidding?
No, it's not. It's so embarrassing to like
Oh
say,
my
but it's just
God.
funny because I have like close friends that like know that, and like friends of mine in Boca that know that because I was working in Boca when I was in high school,
Oh my
and so like I had like a bump from that. It was so funny to me. I think
That's
it's like
crazy.
yeah, it was like Hadee from Jamba, and the funny thing is my boss was like had this thing where I would not wear a hat at work. Like I will be caught dead in a hat. Like or I won't be caught dead in a hat. So it's like and I had my managers who were just so fucking chill, who are also really great musicians also, and they were like, dude, I don't care, you can do whatever you want, but like when the boss is here, wear the hat. As soon as she leaves, take it off. I'm like solid. All right, cool. So she saw the picture one day because it went viral.
No hat.
When it went viral, and she's like, but hey, I saw it as like I got some good marketing for your company right now.
Oh my God, right?
All of Jamba, like I got some heavy attraction for
That
Jamba.
is so
and they're
true.
like, we can't even use it because you're not wearing
no
a damn
hat.
hat. I'm like, come on, man. Like,
That's so funny.
but that was a funny little thing that happened. But that was my first job, I would say.
Okay.
So I worked
That
there
is
for,
a
like-
funny story, though.
Yeah, I worked there for like a year and a half or so.
Okay.
Yeah, really cool people though.
Okay. So what's your favorite type of restaurant?
Like favorite type of food?
Yeah.
Favorite type of food, like I would say it's either Middle Eastern
Yep.
or I love Mexican food.
Me too.
Also, I mean you can't go wrong with that. I
No,
love
you can't.
Italian.
Yeah.
There's really nice Italian restaurants in Boca as well, or Del Rey also.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go to Rocco's Tacos on like a Tuesday, you know, taco night kind of
Yeah,
thing. You know,
yeah.
those are always great, Taco Tuesday or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love food. I
do
love
too, I'm a
food
foodie.
100%. I don't eat meat really.
Oh, you don't?
Not really.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I'm vegetarian. I'll have like once every 2 weeks. I'll have like chicken.
Okay.
Love sushi.
Okay.
100% love sushi. Like nigiri.
Mm-hmm.
Like love all that. Like anything where it's literally just like a piece of salmon, you know, or whatever. Sashimi is also really good too. Like sushi, I could eat every day.
So, if you're hungry when you leave, there's a restaurant, the shopping center at the corner.
Oh yeah,
has the best sushi.
Ooh.
It's either called Little Tokyo or Little Japan.
I'll have to go
It's
there.
so fresh.
That
It just
sounds so
it just
good.
tastes so fresh. Yeah, it's so good. So
Oh my
if
God.
you're hungry when you leave.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is your biggest fear?
I honestly have one fear. I've mentioned a couple of times before. It's really just regret.
Yeah.
It's why I think it's at the core of everyone. I think it's one reason or a big reason why many of us do what we do, despite things not working out. Just when you feel like you're going in that period of life where it feels like a circle and nothing's moving, it's that fear of missing out or that fear of regret that pushes you forward. That is definitely the case with me in music. I've, like any other artist, have faced multiple failures, but it's that feeling of like, I really don't know what the fuck else I would realistically be happy doing. So if there's one thing I'm going to do till the end is try to do what I'm doing when it comes to music. I don't want to be, 50 or 60 years old and, just wish I could have and would have done things differently.
Yeah.
While I could be, let's say, way better off in my current state if I just could concentrate on, let's say, like marketing or work or whatever, that really does nothing for me, emotionally or fulfilling wise. So yeah, regret.
Okay. All right. What TV show have you binged recently?
So yeah, so being an old soul, and I don't say that in like a cocky way whatsoever, but I don't really watch TV from like this century. I will tell you, my number one show is Dick Van Dyke Show.
Oh, okay. Oh my God, it's a great show.
I know those episodes like the back of my hand. I know the name of the episodes, like everything. So anytime I go to bed, like I can't sleep in silence.
Oh God, I have to have silence.
So I literally have Dick Van Dyke Show playing, or I will have Chet Baker. Chet Baker playing.
I don't think that I know.
He's a '60s trumpet player.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll send you like a playlist. It's like all like old school '60s jazz.
Nice.
It's really cool.
I love jazz.
Yeah.
I love jazz.
Exactly. So like My Funny Valentine, like he has a rendition of that one, all that. I Fall in Love Too Easily. That's another great song by him. Multiple people at that time, of course, did their own renditions of it. But those are the main two things that I fall asleep to. As far as modern day shows, I love South Park.
Oh, do you?
I love South Park.
I could never get into that.
Yeah, I love the cynical humor in it and how they parody whatever is actually going on in real life.
They do.
It's almost like you don't even have to watch the news sometimes because they fuck with both sides.
Right.
So like I'm a very neutral person. I'm not a very heavily opinionated person when it comes to those kind of things.
I'm with you.
Zach, I honestly think more people should be more open to seeing the opposite side. My family, will lean one way, but then my friends will lean the other way, or people I come across will lean a different way. And I genuinely love seeing both sides. I will watch Fox, I'll watch CNN, I don't give a fuck, That's how you really form, I think, a well-rounded
opinion
instead of just going to one. Not to get into politics or anything like that. But yeah, South Park is a great example of that. I think other modern shows, I love American Horror Story.
I never watched that either. My daughter has.
Yeah, I love that show. It's kind of like the main shows, I think, as far as that I've seen.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Are you into the Stranger Things thing?
Dude, I need to get into that.
Oh yeah.
I need to
My
get
whole
into
entire
that.
family's watched the whole thing.
I need to watch Stranger Things. Everyone is like, dude, you're like from the 80s. Like you should definitely watch like Stranger Things. I'm like, I know all the songs, and it's always one of these kind of like shows picks up like an old song, like Running Up That Hill, like Kate Bush. I'm like, now everyone loves that song. Like what the fuck? Like I guess not.
Where were you guys before?
like it's cool, but like it's just like, damn, this song has always been a banger, But I'm ecstatic that it's getting even more of the recognition it deserves.
I love seeing that kind of stuff too. Yeah,
that's what's so cool about platforms like Netflix or like TikTok or anything like that. It's like a lot of these songs are getting the traction that they actually deserved from the beginning, and I think that's great. especially for even newer artists, they're blowing up because of that, you know? So I think that's like the really, really, really great way, as much as I'm not social media heavy into that, like it's really a great way to get into that, just market yourself. You know?
Yeah. It's true. Yeah, my 9-year-old, on our way home the other night, she was like, "Oh, Mom, could you put on Run Out the Hell?" I'm like, "The what?" Like, what? And then she's like, "It's from Stranger Things." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, well then it's got to be an old song." I knew it as soon as she said it. Okay. So anyhow, what's one piece of advice that you would go back to tell your younger self?
Put more trust in yourself. Don't doubt yourself.
Okay.
And again, I say that at the risk of hopefully not sounding like cocky whatsoever.
No.
I mean, in that way, I think everyone has insecurities of, you know, in their own right, and some warranted maybe, and then some that we impose upon ourselves. And all the ones that we impose upon ourselves, the only people who make it even worse for a lot of us are ourselves. Yeah. And
we're our own worst enemy.
Yeah, absolutely. And it goes even more so with creatives. We judge everything that we do before we even release it, before we even show it to someone. And honestly, like it's good, but it's also kind of just destructive at the same time, you know?
Yeah.
So I think definitely putting more trust in yourself to really just explore more and be more open-minded about what you can do, what you could do, what you want to learn to do is definitely a great route to evolving as a person.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to do rapid fire. Let's see if you can do this, because nobody ever does it. They always tend to just have to.
Let me just take a sip of it.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, it's funny. I was so tired today. I took a shot of
espresso
colada. My husband, I sent him for a cafe con leche.
Oh,
and then he came back with a colada also.
Oh my God, I love that.
I was like, oh my God, these things usually get me wired. And then I'm like, but I feel okay. He's like, just follow it up with your cafe con leche. Okay. What celebrity annoys you the most?
Oh, man. Okay. I don't want to like get blacklisted. Celebrity that annoys me the most. But I respect at the same time. I would say Kim Kardashian. I respect her in the sense of being able to still be, you know, at relevance as fuck. Yeah. But I think that, you know, she probably paints a little bit of a distortion amongst the young population, you know, in terms of society, like socially, I mean. Yeah. So, yeah, I would say that.
Yeah. But I will admit that I'm stuck into the whole Kardashians. Like,
I've never watched. I see reality shows. I feel like it's almost like going back to like Snapchat, like the stories. I feel like I lose brain cells when I watch like reality shows.
Well, what was it that I had my daughter watch it with me? Oh God, I think it was The Hills or something. She's like, Mom, I just feel myself losing brain cells.
All those the new like spin-offs of like Jersey Shore that are coming up now too. Like there's like some other one. I'm just like, bro, like these people are alive still. Like fuck, like God, I thought maybe already like just long gone. Like,
we're in jail. One has got out. Yeah. That's so funny. Okay, so the pool or the beach?
Pool or the beach? Beach.
Who do you admire the most?
Celebrity wise or
in
personal life? I would say my mom. Okay. She's went through a lot of shit, and she's just still an amazing person for all of it. Celebrity wise, also my grandfather as well.
Right.
For just heavily getting into music and all that. Celebrity wise, Bowie. I think he was just a walking talent, and more so, he did amazing things for not only the music industry, he did amazing things for fashion, he did amazing things for the essential sexual revolution, you know, just like him himself, you know, was also like part in that, you know, blossoming group that like, how do I say that, you know, at the time, it's like, everyone was so much more rigid sexually at the time, you know, but like, he was definitely a pioneer of that era of saying, fuck it, just love everyone. Right. And I'm a large proponent of that. Yeah. I think, you know, whoever you are, if you like, just love, you know, that's why implement hate just because you don't either understand or don't agree with something.
Right.
It just doesn't make sense to me.
No, that's 100% right. Yeah, I agree with you. So true. Okay, so describe yourself in 3 words.
Determined. I would say mellow.
Okay.
Not on stage though. Not on stage though. And then unpredictable.
Okay.
I've been called that a few times, for better or worse. Sometimes worse, sometimes better.
No. Okay. Have you ever been in love?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay. Of course, you say.
Yeah, I mean, I think any musician who's been able to write
a good song,
yeah. Yeah, like they
That
have
is
to be.
so true. Okay. What is your best feature?
Mentally?
Physically.
Oh, physically. That I've been told that I can say here. Eyes. I would say. Eyes.
Yeah, you do have nice
eyes or hair. One
Yeah.
of those.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Who do you feel is the most overrated musician?
Oh, good man. Because I respect all artists in their own creative right. Overrated musician. That's the thing. All those overrated musicians that people call overrated, they're all my idols. Paul McCartney, Slash. People think Slash is overrated.
Really?
As a guitarist, but I think that he's rightfully overrated. Like he is overrated, but he's rightfully overrated.
Right.
Like he deserves to be that. Paul McCartney, everyone thinks he's overrated, but he's from the fucking Beatles.
Right.
I
don't see how he could be overrated.
You can't call overrated when it's rightfully so.
Exactly.
I can't even say Kanye. Kanye is
I love
genius.
Kanye.
He's a
I
genius
love
in his own right. He's crazy as fuck, but that's also what makes him
Yes,
just so
you're absolutely
fucking cool.
Exactly. That's why you love him.
I think everyone who's overrated, they are called that for a reason.
Yeah.
But they're deserving, and I think they deserve that overratedness, that relevance. You know, I
Right.
think they deserve it, honestly.
So my answer is always Machine Gun Kelly, because I just feel like he tries too hard. He's not himself. He's going to go with whatever he thinks is going to get. It's just,
like I said before, like I don't know a lot of modern rap. I know he did rap, and I wouldn't say hip. I did more rap. I would say in his early years or what he started off as. I listened to like the first project that he did. I liked it.
Yeah.
Not what I would listen to like on like my day to day, but like it was cool. You know, I
Right.
liked it. I do like his the fucking Downfall or Tickets to My Downfall album. I think that was a really interesting take. I think he did a great job at revitalizing the pop punk scene.
Okay.
I think Travis Barker though had a huge
influence on
huge
that.
part of that.
Yep.
I don't think he could have done it without Travis Barker and without I forgot the name of the producer that they worked with, but he's now working with Avril Lavigne and all these other people too. Really talented dude as well. I follow him on Instagram, I just can't remember his fucking name. Similar to like Ozzy, for example, people think he's fucking overrated, but he's literally the Prince of Darkness. If you call the Prince of Darkness, you're not overrated.
Right.
You're just God among men. You know,
Yeah,
it's just
true.
what it is. That was like my first concert. Him with
was it?
Slash opening up for Ozzy.
Wow.
That was a hell of a
That's
concert.
quite a concert.
Have you even seen? That was a hell of a concert.
Yeah.
But even Ozzy has taken, not to get off top, but even he's taken, you know, a big route, and a big part of it has to do with Andrew Watts, which is his guitarist and producer who did the last 3 albums, who really made it sound just interesting. Post Malone, there was a reason why he was on a collab with Ozzy. You know, Take What You Want, I think was the name of the song. I think it was a sick song, a great collaboration of efforts, you know, great collaboration of elements and different genres coming to one product. I think it was really cool. So, but to go with Machine Gun Kelly, I think definitely he is a little bit overrated.
Yeah.
I think it's almost like I think he's really milking the whole emo alt thing a little bit too far for being so new to it.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
It's kind of like that kid in high school that like before spring break they're preppy Boca kid, and then right after a week they come back and I'm like, who
are
it's like
you?
it's like when you listen to My Chemical Romance for once, you know, it's like, oh, he just has like scene hair now, he's like all black shades. I'm like, dude, like, what are you doing, man? You're just going with the trend. Like,
Exactly.
I admire trendsetters. I don't like going with
Yeah,
trends.
and I feel that way
You
about Machine Gun.
Yeah, I feel like he definitely is. He contributed to the trend, but I wouldn't say he is a trendsetter.
No, you're absolutely right with
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it's a very good statement. Okay, well, this next question is obsolete. I was going to ask how you have your steak cooked. So.
Oh well, actually, when I do have steak, I have it medium rare.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
It's the only way to
Not
have
a
it, really.
psychopath.
Yeah.
You have to have it medium rare.
Okay, what is your dream car?
Ooh, a Mercury 1969 Cougar Eliminator.
Oh, okay.
I love classic cars. I would take a old school Corvette in a heartbeat.
Right.
As far as a more modern kind of car, I would love a Phantom, like a Rolls Royce Phantom.
Nice.
I love that. Or I take a McLaren or a Bugatti or one of those too.
Just take one. Yeah.
Yeah, just I mean, if I can, I'll just take one. Yeah, like hopefully things go right. I'll just take one. You know.
I hope to see you in one day. Okay, so what era would you have liked to have lived in?
I would have liked to be born probably 76.
Oh, 1 year
So?
after me.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
76, 75 then, yeah. To be like, you know, a sort of early teen in the 80s, and then by the time I probably would have, in a heartbeat, if I know what I know now, if you know history, what you know now, I would have definitely been in LA Sunset Strip in the 80s, the late 80s. I would have loved to see Guns N' Roses play at the Roxy.
Right,
you know?
yeah.
That's a place where I want to play at, the Roxy Whiskey A Go Go.
Uh-huh.
I would die to play there. I passed by the venues when I was in LA last time, and it's just like something about it is like just so ethereal because you know the talent of history, you know,
Right.
that have just walked through those streets. It's just insane to me.
Yeah.
In addition to that, I mean, I love at the same time 50s, so I listen to everything from like Bobby Darin to like Frank Sinatra. So I mean, I saw their stars and all that, and I was like freaking out, like looking like a complete fucking tourist. But I couldn't help it. It's like it's Frank Sinatra. Like, how can you not freak out? You know.
Right.
But definitely, yeah, mid 70s. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So how do you feel about 30 Seconds to Mars, just out of curiosity?
How do I feel about the band or about Jared Leto?
Well, I mean... all right, let's two questions it.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the band, and how do you feel about Jared Leto?
I think their music is great. I think the last album or two were kind of less band-esque. Also, I think the guitarist left, so it was just Jared and Shannon.
Yeah.
Both really, really talented guys, but the thing is, okay, like it goes hand in hand because it's almost the same kind of product. Because it's like Jared Leto is the frontman of it, and he also recently, even more recently, he's always been in movies, you know, Dallas Buyers, whatever. So it's like, but even more so, he's really tackled that whole like movie career, in my opinion. I think. But then again, I think his better work was previous, like Leave Room for a Dream. Like,
yeah, oh god,
it's insane. You know,
that was
like,
insane.
I'm not. Really,
I think he's become too Hollywood.
I think he's become a little too Hollywood. I think he thinks he's. It's difficult though. It's like once you get to that point, I guess you could kind of think like you're just like hot shit, you know, like, and it's cool, but it's like no, humble yourself a little bit. Like when you start going out and addressing, you know, or thinking you're like Jesus Christ himself, you know, there's like whole cults.
I know.
That follows him.
I know.
I'm like, that's kind of insane a little bit.
It is, and
like,
he's like sucking it up. Like,
that's
what kind of like. All right, so I've been a diehard Jared Leto, 36 Mars fan since I was a teenager.
Yeah.
And
Since
like I
the
said,
kill
46.
and all that. Yeah.
My so-called life. I was like,
course,
oh my God, Jordan Catalana.
Yeah.
And then it was like his band was starting and everything, and I was like obsessed through my pretty much my whole life.
Oh yeah.
And then when that whole freaking cult thing came out, I was like, who the fuck does this guy think he is? I mean, you're cute and all, and I liked your older music, but come on.
Yeah, it got a little.
And I unfollowed him.
I never even followed him in the first. I think all the musicians I follow are like old as fuck or dead. Like I think I only literally follow Bowie, Billy Idol, The Doors, and Ozzy.
Right.
That's the only actual like older musician. I follow like Dreamers in 1975. Like that's about like modern ones, Arctic Monkeys maybe. But like as far as like them, yeah, I think one thing is like I'm not going to defend how he is, but one thing is like if you had the work to go along with how you think you are now,
Right.
then okay, fine, I guess. Still wrong, but fine. But like I think his art has gotten washed down. Even his career as far as movies hasn't been as great as when he did it before.
Yeah.
You know, like Suicide Squad, I think he was interesting take on the Joker. I don't think he was anywhere near the top list of
Yeah.
people
No, you're
for the
right.
Joker, and I know I don't stand alone on that one. And then with the movie that he just Morbius, you know, I didn't see it. I will tell you, I didn't see it, but I'm not really rushing to see it, considering of all the things that I heard about it.
Until it's free on
Yeah,
TV
until
and
it's,
you
like,
have
free on-
absolutely nothing else to do with
Yeah,
your life.
yeah. And so I have like 2 hours to just literally waste.
Right.
I don't think I'm really going to check it out.
Yeah.
I mean, I still respect him as an artist for what he has done.
Yeah.
But as far as who he thinks he is, I think that could be humbled a little bit.
And I think that's part of his downfall too, though.
Yeah.
Like that's I just couldn't believe I would ever unfollow that. I was like, I just can't. I can't support this. I can't anymore. Not anymore.
It got a little out of
Yeah,
hand.
it did. Okay. Anyhow, I don't know what made me ask you that, but you really came with some good comments. Okay. What is your favorite fast food?
Damn, what is my favorite fast food? I don't really eat a lot of fast food. Dunkin' doesn't count as fast food. Yeah, I guess Dunkin'. If I go to McDonald's, it's usually for like really just like if I'm like leaving a show or if I'm like leaving the studio at like 5 o'clock in the morning, I'll go for their breakfast because I actually do like their
I
breakfast.
never am up in time for the damn breakfast.
Really? No, yeah, that's the
love
thing.
breakfast.
I go to sleep at like 6 or 7 a.m.
Yeah.
I wake up at like 1 p.m. So like I'll never make it in the morning, but I'll make it when they open.
So I go to sleep at like midnight and I wake up at like 1 the next day.
Yeah.
I'm just older and need more sleep.
No, but I think McDonald's breakfast is great. I think better than Dunkin' breakfast, Dunkin' food.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, the coffee though from Dunkin' I think is way better than the coffee from Starbucks. But then again, if I go to Starbucks, I'll have a chai tea
Oh, okay.
because I do like chai tea.
Yeah.
I love the spice. Wawa, love Wawa.
So many people say that. Yeah.
I adore Wawa. That they have taken so much of my money. It's not even funny. Like, hopefully one day I'll have a sponsorship or something. Like that'd be nice to save some
That's
cash.
so funny. Yeah, my daughter will wake up every afternoon when
Mm-hmm.
she wakes up in the afternoon time, and she'll get on her little Dunkin' app looking for free coffees or something. She's like, I just can't spend any more money there.
I need to get the app.
Yes.
How much money?
She gets
I
like
spend.
1 or 2 free coffees a week.
I needed to get that.
Yeah.
That will save me like a good amount of cash.
Yeah. All right. So that was it. Do you have any messages for your fans, or let us know what's coming up, what to look out for?
So mainly, I just want to thank everyone who has checked out 4am, checked out my music, and continued to support throughout all of my music career so far. I think it's I would be nothing without you guys, and would be nothing without projects like this. You know, thank you for having me here. This is
My pleasure. I'm happy you
fucking
came.
amazing. Thank you for all you do for all the local scene.
my pleasure.
It's like for you to take the time out of your day, your life to do this. You know, is just remarkable and,
thank
very,
you.
very honorable, and I love that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And as far as upcoming news, I'm working on an acoustic version of 4am. That's going to be a more
That's
chill.
going to be nice.
Yeah, it's going to be actually like how I wrote it. So I write all my songs on acoustic guitar, and then I transcribe it to, or translate it to like Logic, where you work on Logic, and I produce and I make an arrangement for it. So all my songs, regardless of how upbeat or mellow they are, they're all written on my acoustic. I'm gonna have that coming up. I have my second single. It's going to be a fun one. It's called Poison Ivy. That's going to be a really cool one. I'm excited for that one. And then I have multiple other singles coming up after that.
Okay, awesome. So where can everybody find you to stay connected?
You can find me on all social media at Hadee or Hadee Dosani, HADEEDOSANI. Like the water bottle, but one letter away from being a billionaire. So...
I love that.
Yeah, real sad.
Oh my God.
Also, I mean, I have stickers. Feel free to come to my show. There are stickers with a QR code. I will leave you if you'd like.
Awesome,
some.
yes.
Yeah. There you are. It has a QR
Thank
code.
you.
Of course.
Make sure everybody gets some too.
That'll take you to the link that I have in my Instagram bio. That has my information for Spotify,
Nice.
TikTok, Twitter, literally Instagram, everything. You can find all my stuff there. And I really hope to hear from you guys soon. I have multiple stuff coming up, and if you ever just want to vibe out, talk, whatever, let's do it. I'm always here.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Come on, come out, babe. The light's almost out.